Looking at photographs of our team and its wild trigological variety, geeky earnestness and unhealthy complexions, we cannot be said to have been the prettiest quartet ever to greet a television audience. We need not have been nervous. We were a good side and trounced all the opposition that was ranged against us right up to the final, which in those days was decided by a best-of-3 encounter. For that match, we found ourselves pitted against Merton Oxford, my housemaster's old college. They seemed a decent and bright enough bunch, but we brushed them aside in the first leg with a winning margin of over 100. In the second leg, they won by 10 points, which was maddening, but set up one of the tensest finals on record. When the gong sounded for the end of the third and deciding leg, the teams were exactly level. A sudden death tiebreak came into operation. Whoever got the next question would win the series. Merton buzzed in with the right answer. We were runners up. I have rarely been so
Tady můžeš ty připínačky vyndat. Tady. Tady. Opatrně na ten připínáček.
Do I need to do the walls? Like around?
No.
Okay.
Tady.
Nothing will ever put it right. Nothing, I tell you, nothing. Oh well. Corpus Christi. Back at Cambridge as the Lent term.
Máš to dobře pospojované?
Prosím.
Máš to dobře pospojované? No všude, jestli když vyndáš připínačky, jestli to zůstane v celku.
Let me just make a few.
His father Michael was headmaster of Eton, though shortly to return to Cambridge to take up the mastership of Corpus Christi.
Tady.
And his older brother Robert was beginning to make a name for himself in publishing at Faber and Faber. Mark McGrum, with the initiative, enterprise and guileless chutzpah that were trademark characteristics, had taken charge of a small L-shaped space in St Edward's Passage belonging to Corpus Christi College. He and his friend Caroline Alton planned to turn it into the Playroom, a drama venue that would specialize in new writing. I knew Caroline Alton and adored her. She had been one of the Macbeth cast, and I had always tried to sit next to her on the coach. She stirred surprising things in me. She and Mark had a most unexpected request. They wanted me to christen the Playroom.
Pořádně to tam zastrč. Tak.
They had asked a very clever young undergraduate called Robert Farrer to provide the other half.
Nedávej je tam, nebo jsou špinavé.
I was flattered, excited and alarmed, keen to try, yet scared of failing. Why did they think I might be capable of writing a play? I'd never written anything close to such a thing in my life. Private poetry and the occasional article for broadsheet were my whole writing career. Go home for the vac. Sit and concentrate. Write about what you know. It'll be brilliant. But bear in mind, it's a really intimate space. Anything you can write that makes the audience feel part of things will be perfect. Term ended, and I returned to Norfolk. Write about what you know is the maxim that I had most heard from writers dead and alive. In my William Morris wallpapered room at the top of the house, I sat at my desk and wondered what I knew. Institutions. I knew schools, and I knew prison. That was about it.
Ne sklo, jenom ty. Ne sklo.
I know, I'm just taking that flax off.
To máš dost flaxu, už si neber pro boha. A i ty kraje. There comes a sudden lighting change that alters the time scheme and the dramatic mode, bringing down the fourth wall with a crash. A knock at the door, an older master enters, a story unfolds. I wrote and wrote away, first in longhand on a pad, then typing up each scene on my treasured Hermes 3000 typewriter, a jade green-keyed and battleship grey-bodied machine of incomparable solidity and beauty. I contrived a farcical plot incorporating pederasty, blackmail and romance, which was interwoven with other classroom scenes involving the audience in such a way, I hoped, as to satisfy the requirements of Mark's. Všechny ty měděné místa hezky za.
Do you want me to straighten them out in a way?
Lara, you would need this still.
Okay.
all the time.
Pseudonym, of course. I cannot
I'll
quite
hold it
recall
for you
why
on
I
screen.
decided to present the play under a nom de plume.
That's
I think
enough.
perhaps I had some hope that if the audience believed it to have been written by a woman, they
Careful.
might forgive the piece its less than radical milieu.
Dej to úplně nad to a jeď společně s tím.
And a friend from Queens, Simon Cherry, agreed
I
to
ty
direct.
boky, všechno.
A law
boky?
undergraduate
Ano.
called John Davis played the older master, Herbert Brookshaw,
Tak.
and I played Dominic Clark, the young hero of the play, if hero is quite the word we want. The production sold out the
A
play
ti tam žádné
for
měděné
short
místečka
3 days.
nezůstanou.
And so, as there seemed to be a demand for more, we performed Latin again for a week in the Trinity Hall Lecture Theatre. I was a playwright. The peculiarly exultant joy that comes over you when you have written a piece of work is like no other. Admiration and acclaim for acting performances, rousing ovations and deafening applause do not come close to the special pride you feel in having made something that was not there before out of no more exotic a material than words. As a writer, I was approached by Emma Thompson and asked if I might contribute some comedy sketches for a show she was putting on at the ADC Theatre with a group of friends. It was to showcase all-female comic talent and would be called Woman's Hour. I swallowed an inclination to suggest that if it bore that title and had only women performing in it, then surely it should also be written exclusively by women. But it was enough of a step that women were at least putting on their own comedy show. 50 years earlier, they were forbidden to act in plays in Cambridge. Indeed, they were only admitted as full members of the university as recently as 10 years before I was born. Alongside Emma in Woman's Hour was the Footlight's first ever female president, Jan Ravens, and a young Danish-born performer called Sandy Toksvig. I wrote a few of the sketches, the only two I can remember being a parody of a book review program and a monologue for Emma, in which she played a tweedy, horsey woman at a pony club gymkhana, bellowing encouragement at her daughter. Groundbreaking, revolutionary material. The show was considered a great success, and certainly the talent of Emma, Jan and Sandy was plain for all to see. A friend of Mark McCrum's called Ben Blackshaw now came to me with a play he had written called Have You Seen the Yellow Book? It documented in vivid little scenes the rise and fall of Oscar Wilde. Ben wanted me for the part of Oscar. Ben directed, and we went on in the playroom. Through this play, I received my first review in a national newspaper.
Co mám z čeho sundat?
Počkej chvilku, vyčisti si.
This?
Yes. And you need to be very careful. Dej to dolů, pozor, ať se nepopálíš a jenom to přesto tak, ani to nemačkej, jenom to přesto takhle stírej. Dej ji dolů, jenom takhle. Řádně ze všech stran. Tak očisti si to v tom amoniaku. Dobrý, a dej tam k tomu teďkom trošku té solder, co si používala. Opatrně, ať se nepopálíš, uvažuj nad tím, co děláš. Tak. Tak a trošičku si to, ať se ti hezky leskne ten trik. Dobrý. Zvedni to. Je lesklý?
Yes.
Tak, hezky to polož zpátky do toho stojanu. A přeflaxuj celého toho koně. A jak to teďkom přesto budeš přejíždět, tak to hezky se ti vyhladí, vyrovnají se ti všechny ty hrbolky, které tam máš. Všechny místa, které si nezakryla, tak je pořádně přeflaxuj. A potom to budeš moct otočit a udělat druhou stranu.
Okay.
Vždycky to flaxuješ, až je to studené, aby ten flax se z toho... Nevím, co to říkat. Dry. Vypařil by se jako... Tak pořádně tam vidíš tam ty měděné části, které si nezakryla u té nohy zadní.
Kde?
Například tady.
Jo, tady vidím.
Tak to pořádně zaflaxuj. A pořádně se tam na to soustředí a už si to prohlídni, kde je to třeba hezky.
I think up here is not very nice.